देश में स्वदेशी क्रांति का अग्रदूत पतंजलि आयुर्वेद आज ऐसा नाम है जिस पर संपूर्ण भारतीयों का अटूट विश्वास है, क्योंकि इसके उत्पादों की शुद्धता की गारंटी स्वयं स्वामी रामदेव जी महाराज देते हैं। स्वामी जी महाराज का मानना है कि देश में आर्थिक आजादी आए, विदेशी कंपनियां देश से रॉयल्टी व प्रॉफिट, दो चीजों के नाम पर पैसा विदेश लेकर जाती हैं। दूसरी ओर पतंजलि का जो भी प्रॉफिट होता है उससे देश की सेवा होती है, क्योंकि पतंजलि किसी का ब्रांड नहीं है। वहीं स्वामी रामदेव जी अनपेड ब्रांड एम्बेसडर हैं। आचार्य बालकृष्ण जी अनपेड सीईओ हैं, जो एक भी पैसा सैलरी नहीं लेते हैं। पतंजलि का शेयर धारक भी न तो कोई व्यापारी है, न ही कोई उत्तराधिकारी है। पतंजलि किसी व्यक्ति का ब्रांड नहीं, ये 125 करोड़ भारतीयों का ब्रांड है। इसलिए पतंजलि जो कुछ भी करेगा वो 125 करोड़ लोगों के हित के लिए करेगा। पतंजलि का सपना है कि अगले 5 साल में लगभग 5 लाख लोगों को रोजगार मिले, 5 करोड़ किसानों को सीधे अपने साथ जोड़े और विदेशी कंपनियों की जड़ें इस देश से उखड़े। पतंजलि आयुर्वेद प्रॉस्पेरिटी फॉर चैरिटी के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। यही कारण है कि आज उद्योग जगत की ओर से राष्ट्रीय और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर होने वाली ऐसी कोई भी गोष्ठी या सेमिनार नहीं है जहां पर पतंजलि को आमंत्रित न किया जाता हो। इसी कड़ी में 20 अप्रैल को गुरुग्राम के होटल लीला एम्बियंस में फिक्की के तत्वावधान में मेड इन इंडिया फूड इंपोर्ट्स मीट कार्यक्रम का आयोजन किया गया था। इसमें खाद्य क्षेत्र में विशिष्ट कार्य करने वाले लोगों को आमंत्रित किया गया था। फिक्की द्वारा आयोजित इस कार्यक्रम का मुख्य उद्देश्य था भारतीय खाद्य पदार्थों को वैश्विक बाजार में मजबूत पहचान दिलाना और अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार में इसकी उपलब्धता से भारतीय खाद्य क्षेत्र को एक नया आयाम दिलाना।
कोई चीज़ उत्पाद खरीदी जाएगी तो ही लोगों तक पहुंचाई जाएगी। खरीदने की व्यवस्था ठीक हो और जिन तक पहुंचना चाहिए वो सही ढंग से पहुंचे, यही उद्देश्य होता है किसी भी उत्पाद का, किसी भी वस्तु का, किसी भी व्यक्ति का। यदि इस कार्यक्रम को फिक्की आयोजन करके उन लोगों को मिलाने का कार्य कर रही है तो यह बहुत उत्तम कार्य है और ऐसा होना चाहिए। और पतंजलि, क्योंकि हम आज भारतवर्ष के सबसे बड़े कृषि उत्पाद के खरीदार भी हैं और कृषि उत्पाद को लोगों तक पहुंचाने वाली संस्था भी है, तो इस तरह के कार्यक्रमों से हमको और भी जानकारियां और उस कार्य को और उत्तम ढंग से कैसे हम कर सकें इसकी जानकारी मिल सकेगी, हमको ऐसा विश्वास है। हम लोग का लक्ष्य कार्य को बहुत अच्छी तरह से, ईमानदारी से, पारदर्शिता से और पूरी ताकत से करना, वो हमारा लक्ष्य है और उसी लक्ष्य के तहत हम काम कर रहे हैं और आने वाले समय में भी हम उसको करते रहेंगे।
मेड इन इंडिया फूड इंपोर्ट्स मीट कार्यक्रम में लगभग 15 से ज्यादा देशों के लोगों ने अपनी उपस्थिति दर्ज की तथा यहां भारत की 30 से ज्यादा खाद्य कंपनियों ने अपने उत्पादों को स्टॉल के माध्यम से प्रदर्शित किया। लेकिन लोगों में पतंजलि के उत्पादों के प्रति रुचि सबसे ज्यादा दिखाई दी।
जब भी पतंजलि के प्रोडक्ट्स आप यूज़ करो तो उसमें जो भी मेंशन्ड होता है, फॉर एग्जांपल एलोवेरा है या फिर और जो भी इंग्रेडिएंट्स हैं उनकी खुशबू, उनकी फील, you feel that. So that's why it's pure and of course it's cheap as well. So it comes under your budget. It's been more than 2 to 3 years I'm using Patanjali products and I'm a regular customer of Patanjali.
बहुत थोड़े से समय में पतंजलि एक एस्टैब्लिश ब्रांड बन गया है, तो आई एम 100% श्योर कि लोगों को इनके प्रोडक्ट की जो क्वालिटी है उस पर कोई डाउट नहीं रहे।
I feel that market is increasing, no doubt about that, but of course उनके cosmetics और dairy products, but since I also belong to a dairy industry, I feel कि dairy बहुत बड़ी है, dairy products बाकी के भी जो brands हैं वो भी equally अच्छी हैं, and as far as the cosmetic and उनके medicinal जो products हैं they are good as well, no doubt about that.
विभिन्न देशों से आए व्यापारियों ने पतंजलि उत्पादों को अपने बिजनेस के रूप में अपनाने की रुचि भी स्पष्ट दिखाई दे रही थी।
Make India bioseller meat. Actually, I want to source more products for marketing in UAE and GCC countries. Okay, and I am looking mainly for concentrating on Baba Ramdev products, Patanjali products. Okay, reason these are the natural products, and there is the cosmopolitan community there. They will like it because nowadays it is going more Ayurvedic and other natural products globally. Okay, so that is why I want to concentrate for the GCC market, Dubai market, the Patanjali products.
This event we have been attending ever since it has been organized, and we have come from the international market because there's a lot of exposure, and especially Patanjali, we view it in the television, and it is really a great product and fast selling, and it should even be sold in the international market because you'll have a lot of potential. The reason being these are natural products, and it's not chemical based, and there's no harm to the skin and such type of factors, and it's really safe.
Patanjali is a growing brand, and it's well known in Bhutan, and then most of people now they go for Patanjali products, and I have applied for distributorship of Patanjali products. In fact, I'm waiting for approval from Patanjali Group.
पतंजलि के खाद्य उत्पाद लोगों के विश्वास पर खरे सोने की तरह साबित हुए। आज हर तरफ पतंजलि के उत्पादों की ही धूम मची हुई है। देश के साथ साथ विदेशों में भी पतंजलि के उत्पादों की लगातार मांग बढ़ रही है, और ऐसा हो भी क्यों ना। पतंजलि के उत्पादों के साथ पूज्य योग ऋषि स्वामी रामदेव जी व श्रद्धेय आचार्य बालकृष्ण जी महाराज का पुरुषार्थ, भावनाएं व संकल्प जुड़े हुए हैं। एक स्वस्थ समृद्धशाली राष्ट्र का संकल्प, एक विश्व गुरु भारत का संकल्प।
Baba Ramdev and Acharya Balkrishna, they are very popular in Bhutan, and then I think they are also very popular worldwide. Especially, I think they help a lot of farmers and their low-income groups, And since I am from Bhutan, I know they are doing. Assam is close to us, so I know Baba Ramdev and Balkrishna ji, they are doing a good job in Assam. They are opening up a very big unit there, and that's directly helping farmers and then people living in Assam.
स्वामी रामदेव जी एंड आचार्य बालकृष्ण जी, अगर ये लोग एक्सपोर्ट में आ रहे हैं तो डेफिनेटली इंडियन एक्सपोर्ट के लिए इट बी वेरी मच बूस्ट एक्चुअली। एक बहुत इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा अगर ये लोग एक्सपोर्ट में भी आते हैं, क्योंकि इंडिया में तो ये एस्टेब्लिश ही है, एक्सपोर्ट में आएंगे तो एक्सपोर्ट का ये सिनेरियो जो है चेंज होगा।
Well, it should have been done long time back. What Baba Ramdev is doing, and I strongly believe in what they are doing. That's why I have kept my own company's name also, Patanjali Herbs Agro and Processing Industry, because I believe and I go so much along with them.
फिक्की द्वारा आयोजित इस कार्यक्रम में श्रद्धेय आचार्य बालकृष्ण जी मुख्य अतिथि के तौर पर उपस्थित थे। कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ दीप प्रज्वलन से हुआ। मंच पर उपस्थित सभी लोगों को पुष्प गुच्छ देकर सम्मानित किया गया, जिसके पश्चात श्रद्धेय आचार्य बालकृष्ण जी व अन्य वक्ताओं ने अपने अपने विचार रखे।
Good morning, namaskar. On behalf of President FICCI, on behalf of my Secretary General, I would like to welcome with a warm heart from the entire industry fraternity Shri Acharya Balkrishna ji, a dynamic person in India who had created a model for all of us to learn that how we can impact the core values of Indian religion into the human life and integrate welfare for all humanities. So we are very sincerely thanks to Acharya ji for accepting our invitation, and I'm sure that today's meeting will be an enlightenment for Patanjali and many buyers who had come from Saudi Arabia and the region. And my urge is that Patanjali is propagating the ancient science, heritage products for the welfare of mankind. This is the first time ever attempted by any religious institution to come in a non-profit mode in doing the business and taking the core knowledge of Patanjali Yoga, the nature, to every home. On this occasion, I like to sincerely remember Baba Ramdev ji, who had created a fire of yoga in the entire world. Today, the whole world is practicing yoga only because of the fire ignited by Sri Ramdev ji and his institution. With our blessings of the Prime Minister and his vision to help every mankind, every humanity on this planet, he had evolved, and also he had requested other nations to join them to set up as one International Yoga Day. And this is only, I would say, the vision of the Prime Minister and the vision of Ramdev ji and the other leaders who had made India on the right top of the map. We are very proud of Shri Acharya Balkrishan ji. His name in the corporate world today is in the top on the radar. He is the most exponentially growth FMCG company in India. He had given challenge to many multinational companies. And we are very sure that under the leadership of Acharya Balkrishan ji, he will take Patanjali to every part of the country, every part of the world, and FICCI will help bridging this. This B2B meeting today is one of the attempts of taking the Indian heritage science to our friends in the Gulf. I would also sincerely like to acknowledge the Indian companies who are displaying here the various products in the food sector which can benefit our friends in the Gulf. And I'm sure that India and Saudi Arabia are the two pivotal friends when it comes to culture, when it comes to religion, when it comes to exchange of, I would say, the humanity welfare. We sincerely like to thank Shri Habib Muhammad Hadi. I would like to acknowledge my very dear friend, Dr. Sharma, to whom I know him almost for now 10 years. Dr. Sharma is a director and a very great scientist of our country. He is leading a very leading lab in our country in the food sector under Ministry of Defense, DRDO, and the lab name is DFRL. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge everyone who are interested to develop innovation, technologies, products in the food sector to kindly visit DFRL. DFRL is one platform, one source of entire platter of food technologies. Today, what you see from Haldiram, today you see any food processing companies who are in the retail markets, it is only DFRL who had given the back-end support in technology innovation in the country. I'd like to welcome Mr. Sunil Kumar, Director APIDA, and everyone knows APIDA is a pivotal institution in this sector. His presence in today's meeting is validating the government support in promoting trade and promoting international trade for the food sector. Once again, on behalf of FICCI, I'd like to welcome our sincere chief guest, Shri Acharya Balkrishan ji, who had been a corporate hero in our mind. You know, he had created an impact which nobody has created so far. With these words, I'd like to welcome everyone, press, media, and our friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. And we have the privilege of having here with us Mr. Habib Muhammad Hadi, founder Made in World, who is a successful entrepreneur with diversified business interest. He started his career at a young age in travel and tourism sector, and while pursuing his Bachelor's of Commerce in India, with his vast experience in different sectors, he contributes a lot to Made in World, starting from inception to its execution. And we have the proud privilege of having here with us today And may I invite you, sir, to kindly address the distinguished audience present here. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome.
Respected Acharya ji, Mr. Saxena, Mr. Sharma, and Mr. Kumar, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being a part of Made in India Food Buyer-Seller Meet. To start with, Made in World, a company which was established, founded 2 years back, with the idea of digitalizing manufacturers and producers, with the concept of connecting them virtually through our platform worldwide. The idea of Made in World was to connect manufacturers and buyers easily. That was the main theme of it. The idea is very simple, that anything manufactured or produced anywhere in the world is to be labeled with Made in, followed by the country's name. And that was the theme of Made in World, that Made in India, Made in Japan, Made in USA. This is the base of any product or produce manufactured. What's the company's purpose is to connect manufacturers and buyers. And we are in the business of marketing and sales, where we help the manufacturers to market and sell the product. We have two different products in marketing. One is the online platform, and one is the offline platform. Online platform is the madeinw.com, and offline is Made in World Buyer-Seller Meet, which you are being a part of today. On the sales side, we have something called a premium sales service. Premium sales service is basically an extended sales arm of the manufacturers in any country. To start with, we have started in Saudi Arabia, and it's going very successfully. We're helping the manufacturers to sell their products, get them orders internationally from Saudi Arabia and other countries. Overall, the concept is just not to give marketing support, but to do sales at the end of the day. That's the overall concept of it. And the buyer-seller meet is something what we have started with, which is the offline product of Made in World, with the focus of promoting manufacturers and producers, not only virtually, but as well as face-to-face. That was the overall view of it. And today we have started with our first inaugural, and we are going ahead with that. I would like to thank you all for being a part of Made in World, and with the support of FICCI. Thank you all.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that wonderful initiative by Made in World. And we are indeed very happy that this inaugural initiative was done in association with FICCI, with this buyer-seller meet. Ladies and gentlemen, this event is also supported by APIDA, the Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, which was established by the Government of India under the Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority Act. It takes care of development of industry relating to the scheduled products for export, registration of persons as exporters, fixing of standards and specifications, improving of packaging and marketing, promotion of export-oriented production, and training in various aspects of the industries concerned. And we have the proud privilege that we have with us here today Mr. Sunil Kumar, Director of APIDA. And may I invite you, sir, to kindly share your views with the audience present here. Please put your hands together to welcome.
Well, I would like to say that India, you know, if you read that we are number 1 or 2 in most of the production. Our export is also increasing year by year. I have 2 things to say, in fact. What is happening in the international trade is that due to bilateral negotiations, the tariffs are coming down, they are being negotiated. The most important thing now in the world is, how do you produce quality food? APIDA is primarily emphasizing on 2 things. One is the creation of more and more infrastructure, supply chain, and the other one is the improvement of the quality. That's how we can stand in the world, and that's how we can feed the world, in fact. So I wish all the best to the importer and the exporter, and I also wish them that this platform, it converts their B2B meeting into the commercial transactions. All the best.
And ladies and gentlemen, we also have the privilege of having here with us today Dr. R.K. Sharma, Scientist G, Director, Defense Food Research Laboratory, Mysore DRDO. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite Dr. R.K. Sharma for his address. Please put your hands together to welcome.
Respected Shri Acharya Balkrishnan Ji, CEO Patanjali Ayurved Limited, I am honored to be amidst of you all, and for that I am thankful to FICCI. I represent Defense Food Research Laboratory, a constituent lab of Defense Research and Development Organization. We are mainly into combat feeding and military nutrition. So we are slightly very away from this normal food processing business. We are mainly working for our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen who are in inhospitable or landlocked area and who have got various challenging climate, various challenging terrain, various challenging weapons platform where they are fighting, and we have to keep them fed, and fed with food which is wholesome, which is nutritious, and which is safe. We have got laid down standard, we call them as military scales of ration. And also we have got defense food standards which are in no way inferior to what are the standards laid by FSSAI. They are rather more stringent and more challenging. We are mainly working on food processing and preservation technologies for the last more than 5 decades in DRDO. If you ask me food processing, it all started with war in the past, and it is still evolving with covert or low-intensity conflict soldiers deployed at inhospitable locations and landlocked area. If I look at India, it is fast emerging as a sourcing hub of processed food. We make a lot of technologies for processed food, frozen food, which I call them fresher than the fresh, ready to eat, ready to cook, ready to reconstitute, instant, convenience packaged food. And these foods are also gaining popularity in civilian markets because of a number of reasons. See, India is providing high-quality, innovative food processing technologies to help produce cost-competitive, superior, convenience, safe, nutritious, and wholesome product. If you go for a dal makhani in the market, the rate will vary from 100 rupees to about 250 rupees minimum. But if you go for convenience food, you can make a packet from 70 rupees to about 100 rupees, cut it and then heat it, and it's ready as sumptuous and tasty as in any good restaurant. So if you look at what is the scenario today, what we can make a foresight, like you can say vision and our forecast, together we can call it foresight, that in the way we are growing, there is a word of caution that unless until we promote our indigenous sector, this 100% FDI clause will result in 10 to 15, you can say, multinational company ruling the food processing industry, let us say 10 to 20 years from now, with a 100% FDI. So this is a word of caution, and I'm happy that we have got Acharya ji as our chief guest, who is doing, I think, he has revolutionized the food processing industry in the country, and he has come out with own technology which are very, very cost-effective, cost-competitive, and I think that type of things will give us some sigh of relief. And if this can be taken up in further way, I think our food processing industry is having a very golden time in years to come. It is one of the largest and most prosperous sector in terms of mass production practices, consumption, export, and growth. If you look at job creation, for every 10,000 rupees spent in food processing, we are creating 1.8 job directly and 6.4 jobs indirectly. I think it's a big number. There are a number of advantages. India, we have got best of the time. Cost competitiveness, our labor cost is 40 to 50% cheaper than in the West. Infrastructure cost is roughly 40% lower. Our fixed cost is 12 to 20% lesser than in US and Western Europe. And government policies are very supportive. So I always say that opportunities always grow in food sector. Food processing industry is a sunrise industry, and Indian food sector, I call it as a gold mine. In a sense, food processing faces two overarching challenges. So we are working on ionizing radiation, we are working on plasma preservation, we are working on ohmic heating, we are working on a number of other technologies which are the futuristic technology and which will change the total food processing scenario in the coming years. I believe in myself, I believe in the future. Please mark my word. Earlier you enter in collaboration with Indian food processing industry, more gold you can reap in this gold mine sector. With this, I wish this function all the best. Thank you very much.